Do you have to be a fan of Ghostbusters to enjoy the movie? No. Does it help to understand some references to Ghostbusters? Yeah. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about the new movie, Ghostbusters Afterlife. The movie stars McKenna Grace, Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things, Paul Rudd. It's Paul Rudd. And this kid named Logan Kim, who I really like. So, like I said in the beginning, you don't have to know Ghostbusters to enjoy this movie. They do make references to the previous Ghostbusters movies, and there are Easter eggs to the previous movies. But they do give you some exposition about what happened in those previous movies. So you don't have to go back and rewatch Ghostbusters 1 and 2 to enjoy this one. You follow a former Ghostbusters family. He left his family, essentially. He doesn't know his daughter. He doesn't know his grandkids. He left. He went to Oklahoma, and the family moves there because they have no money. They're broke. They get evicted from their apartment, and they go to Oklahoma to this house that's left to them, by their grandfather. So you follow Phoebe. She's the genius of the family. She takes after her grandfather, even though she never met him. She likes puzzles. She likes science, and she didn't really fit in back at home. You have Trevor, her brother, played by Finn. He doesn't really do much in terms of like the science thing. He is off trying to be with some other kids, some local kids that he meets at a diner and enjoy life. The movie is not really interesting when it's just him. It's more interesting when it's with Phoebe. You have the mom who, again, she didn't know her father because he left, and she hates science. She hates anything to do with him. She hates the house. She hates the fact that she's broke. And she doesn't really want to be there. You have Gary, played by Paul Rudd. He's the local teacher because Phoebe has to go to summer school for some reason. And he connects with Phoebe because she's really smart. And the town is having these earthquakes and everything. So he's just connected with Phoebe. You also have Podcast. That's his name. That's what he goes by. He's played by Logan Kim. And he's Phoebe's first friend, apparently, because she's super smart. And I guess she's that awkward, nerdy kid who doesn't really have a lot of friends. And immediately when she gets there, she meets with Podcast. And he's like the comic relief in this movie. He's a fun kid. He always walks around with podcast equipment. And he's filming stuff about ghosts and all this mysterious stuff happening in the town. So the premise is there are earthquakes happening. Nobody knows why. And Phoebe discovers this ghost trap, that they use to capture ghosts. And she shows it to the teacher, Paul Rudd, and Podcast, and they release something out, and they don't know what they released. They still trying to figure things out. And she starts learning about her grandfather and what he did and what happened in New York in the 80s about all these ghosts and stuff. Paul Rudd's character is very familiar with it, and he thinks everything they have is like a replica. So he starts breaking stuff down to them. And then you have Trevor discovering something that happens in the mountains. Apparently, these ghosts are coming out, and they want to release this god to take over the world and destroy the earth. That's the story. And Phoebe and her friends and family have to come together to stop this from happening. There are jokes. It's a funny movie. It's a family movie. It's a good time. It's a little long. Could have been cut 15 minutes, but it was cool. There's 2 end credit scenes. There's a mid credit scene and an end credit scene, which is really cool. There are little references. At one point, one character says, "Who you gonna call?" Everybody it wasn't that many people in the theater, but you saying Ghostbusters. So if you understand little things like that, you'll be fine. I don't want to go into any more, spoilers or anything, but it's a cool movie. It's not trying to reinvent the story. It's giving you some backstory of what happened, and it's trying to progress the story, for the new generation to come in and, understand these characters and what they did and, fighting ghosts and capturing ghosts. So it's a fun movie. It's not to be taken too seriously. The characters are a little silly. The old designs of, certain characters is really cool. Again, reference Easter eggs if you watch the previous movie. I would say, if you're looking for something for the family to watch together and have a good time, check it out. if you are a super Ghostbusters fan, check it out. If you didn't really watch Ghostbusters like that, maybe it's not for you. But if you're looking for like some fun, some laughs, it's not that bad of a movie. It's enjoyable. I enjoyed it. If I had a chance to watch it again, I would watch it again because I had a good time with these characters. I really enjoyed Phoebe and the dynamic she had with everybody in this town. She just seems to fit in with the people in this town because they don't judge her. They're not judgy. Trevor, again, didn't really do much. Wasn't there for me. I enjoyed Paul Rudd's character because he's Paul Rudd. He's just cool. But those are just my thoughts on Ghostbusters. If you watched it, please let me know what you thought about it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Deuces.